Welcome back, YouTubers, to another Q&A. I think, therefore I am. I think Descartes said that, I think.
Damien Sandow, and his quote is not what I'm about to say. What's up?
No, that's, what's his name? R-Truth. Yeah, that's his thing, isn't it?
Son of a...
We are the British Fist. Don't leave me hanging, bro. Don't leave me hanging. Don't leave me hanging. Don't leave me hanging. Don't leave me hanging. Don't leave me hanging.
Cushing!
Ow! Do you not hit a brother like that?
And here's Mr. Parkin.
Yes, I'm Mr. Parkin. Not that any of you care. That's from Burgundy, by the way. Q&A 173. If you have any questions, please put them in the comment section. We have a lot right now. We would love some more questions. If we get to question number 1, well, actually, 1 of 6 or 7 questions from Laurel Lewis. Does Dean Ambrose give off a Stone Cold Steve Austin type vibe to him? I wouldn't say Stone Cold Steve Austin type vibe. I'd say more Brian Pillman type vibe. Not Austin, no.
The best thing about CM Punk is, Dean Ambrose, is he has been referred to many different wrestlers. For example, CM Punk, like I was going to build up to. That's the good thing about him, because you can see the light of the greats in him, which shows, obviously, he must be a good working character than just, right, you're just a bland character. He's got resemblance of the greats.
At least he has something to his character and something to him as a performer, as opposed to, say, like, your average bland performer, like, say, a Sheamus or something, who maybe you could say is a bit like Finlay or something. I don't know. But Ambrose, I mean, you see a bit of Roddy Piper in him. Yeah, I see a bit of Pillman in him. So there's loads of different, and you see CM Punk in him. I see a load of different things in the Dean Ambrose character, which is probably why it's gone over. No, I don't see. I see what Laurel Lewis is saying in the sense that, you know, Stone Cold Steve Austin was a mad SOB and, you know, the rattlesnake and all that. But I think Dean Ambrose is more of another character to really, just more than to say that it's an Austin character. Personally, why do people think Roman Reigns is overrated? Because he's getting a massive push, and some people want their guy, such as Dean Ambrose or Seth Rollins or Daniel Bryan, to become the top guy, and they're just a bit pissed that Roman Reigns is that guy.
There's a small part of me that doesn't think that Roman Reigns is the greatest wrestler of all time. I don't think he's going to be in that category. I think he's got the WWE big guy, powerful guy vibe about him. But as to be overrated, yes, I think it's more the way the WWE feels they need to push him so dominantly to become a top guy, because they know their top guy package is old guys that have been around for a few years.
Yeah, and they have a certain image as the kind of top guy they feel will be best for business. You know, like you look at like the Hogans, the Austins, the Rocks, they're all, you know, 6 foot odd, over 240 pound guys and everything. So, you know, I think Roman Reigns in that sense is overrated. But then again, you could say Cena, when he was getting pushed, was overrated as well. I mean, you know, these guys are getting pushed more than a lot of people feel they deserve. But I wouldn't say Roman Reigns is overrated. No, not personally. Not yet. Let's give the guy a fucking chance first.
With me, I won't say overrated, but I'm not like the biggest Roman Reigns fan.
So you're kind of in the middle with Reigns then?
Yeah, for now.
But if he creates another top guy instead of Cena, you'll be happy, right?
If Roman Reigns slows down with this, let's try and rush him to the top thing, like when he started to lose to Orton, I was like, here we go, he has competition now. He's not beating everyone.
Yeah, he's becoming vulnerable, unlike John Cena.
There we go.
I think that's why a lot of people might not like him, because he hasn't really been vulnerable, and Cena is never vulnerable. So there you go. Who is a better babyface? Actually, I tell a lie. What do you think of Trish Stratus' heel run in 2004-5? Was that not when she did? Was that not when she did the lesbian angle with Mickie James, or was that 2006? I can't remember.
Was it Mickie James the heel?
Yeah,
she was signing with Vince.
Yeah, I think she had a match with Chrissy Hemme or something at WrestleMania. Maybe this may have been, but yeah, Trish Stratus as a face or a heel was damn good.
I think as a face was Trish Stratus. Working alongside the Boss gave her a level in her career. But I think she works either way, but I see her more as the face.
Indeed. Who was the better heel, Rock or Austin? Oh, this is a tough one. Well, not really.
Rock.
But, I mean, Rock was the better heel, but I think in the right era, Austin could have been a damn good heel. I mean, you look at his character, he was pretty much a heel in the Attitude Era going up against his boss, but he was, you know, supported because that's the kind of perspective the fans had at the time. In the 80s, he would have been a badass heel because he'd have been flipping off the fans and, you know, bad-mouthing. He would have been a redneck and, you know... So I think in a certain era, Austin would have been a better heel than Rock. Rock was very entertaining to the point where he was always a face, but I still say Rock was the better heel.
I'd say just because it's hard to hate both wrestlers, that's the problem. Rock brought more entertainment, while Austin brought more seriousness. And you could say Austin could have become the better heel, but I think with the way Rock was as a heel, worked perfectly.
Yeah, especially Hollywood Rock. That was fantastic work. Who is the better face, Randy Orton or your boy The Miz?
Your boy.
Perfect answer to this question. Neither. Top 5 most overrated wrestlers in your opinion?
Let me just say this.
I don't like these questions, personally.
I'm going to name one, just because I don't care what people say. John frickin' Cena. He can't wrestle.
I don't really like these top 5 most overrated wrestlers, but I mean, I don't really want to answer this question.
That's too
Sheamus, I guess you could say, but at least he's not being pushed like massively like a top guy. You know, ever since his World Heavyweight Championship run. Most underrated wrestlers, I'd say some people will probably say Daniel Bryan.
Ziggler, Sandow, Cody.
Yeah, that's actually 3 good ones there. Ziggler, Sandow, Cody Rhodes. Who else? Cesaro is a little bit underrated. Some people would say. There are like people,
even though he's slowly trying to get there.
Yeah, I mean, there's people in NXT who people would say are underrated, like Kenta, who's now Hideo Itami, Kevin Steen, Fergal Devitt, who is now Finn Balor. There are loads of people in NXT people will say is underrated because NXT is the much better show and has the much better wrestling, so they think they should be on the main roster, even though as soon as they get to the main roster, I wish they're back on NXT again because they'll be booked like crap.
I know he was slowly getting somewhere before his injury, but Barrett, because he should have been much higher, but I think he's been underrated a bit because he's been held back.
Yeah, the injuries haven't helped though. If you have a guy, I think the Schleg Daddy said this in one of his Q&As, if you have a guy who's injured a lot, then how can you really trust him as a top guy? It's just like the concussions with Ziggler, which is why he's not getting a main event push. You know, they can't trust him because it's not their fault. It's just they need a healthy guy, and John Cena's always healthy. That's one of the reasons why he's top.
Let me throw one in it. Not much is going to agree with you because I've seen so many of your reviews, people, and tweets, but Kofi Kingston. Oh, I like him.
Speaking of Kofi Kingston, thoughts on the new faction of Woods, Kingston, and Big E, and could this be the new NOD, Nation of Domination? This question must have been asked when it first came out, and nothing's really happened since, has it? I mean, I remember hearing something, they were on Raw, and then the next minute they were off Raw. You fill me in.
There's these house shows that are showing signs that they're still tag teaming and doing stuff together, but on Raw and SmackDown Superstars, they're not around. So maybe, again, they're delaying bringing them back, or maybe they're slowly dying. I don't really know what's going on, but my opinions on it, I think at first people were praising for it because it was mid-carders doing something.
You knew WWE were never going to do anything with it. I mean, listen, as soon as you saw it, you were like, yep, WWE ain't doing anything with this. You just knew it. Mind you, I kind of thought that about The Shield. They're going to fuck it up, and they never did. So, it's weird. Could the Layla Summer Rae pairing be a benefit or a hindrance for both involved? I'm going to hand this one over to you.
Okay, this is never going to be Michelle McCool and Layla style. This is not going to be there.
Layla, mm-hmm.
Yes, they were brilliant, but these two, I don't believe in anything to do with divas tag teaming or together because their division's dying as it is, so putting two together is not helping. I think these two together, it's dead now because the trying to jealous Bardago is finished. So these two should maybe feud and just make another feud for the Divas division.
Who was that? I didn't get that name. Who did you say?
Fandango!
No, it's Fandango!
There we go, that's it. Yes.
See, I did it better. There we go. See, you can tell I'm a fan. Jack, I know, it does put phlegm in your throat, doesn't it? Thank God I'm not kissing Summer Rae, or she'd probably be slapping me. Jack Johnson. Who is the better wrestler, the American Dragon Bryan Danielson or Lord Voldemort? The Crippler Chris Benoit.
Straight away, just because I'm sure there are many people out there that will support Daniel Bryan because that's more your time now. But Chris Benoit first comes in, growing up to the main event. He could have stayed in the main event if things didn't go. Yeah, they're
both very good wrestlers. I'm not going to say who's better. Bryan Danielson is obviously a very good wrestler from his ROH days and develop into his WWE days, even though with his injuries, his in-ring style is going to have to change a little bit. The same thing happened with Chris Benoit a little bit. So, they're both very good wrestlers. I'm not going to say who was a better wrestler because, let's just appreciate for how good these wrestlers actually are. That's just my battery running out because these smartphone batteries are just shit.
They are.
That could be another question. Jack Daly. What would you say is the worst match type or match stipulation in wrestling history? Oh, chair match. I've never liked chair matches.
So close, but I was going to say pillow fight.
Oh!
For sake, WWE.
Do you know what, NJ? I've got a great idea. How about on a Q&A, right? How about this? I have 2 pillows. There you go. Pillow fight! Pillow fight! No! Ow! Ow! No, you gotta settle! God's sake, man. Triple H wannabe. Could have a chair match. Do you want to have a chair match? No, I'm good.
That hurts so freaking
I'm good. Yeah, but you weren't selling, that's why. Which is more over with the fans, Daniel Bryan or his yes chant?
Yes! 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 Yes!
I mean,
yes!
It's interesting. It's interesting. You hear a lot of people say yes, but you also hear a lot of people chanting, Daniel Bryan!
Yeah?
Well, I just did.
I don't hear that. The thing is, I think if you minus the yes chants, because I think the yes chants help to bring Daniel Bryan up. Yes, his wrestling style was great, but I think the yes chant pushed him.
Yes, as a gimmick.
Yes.
You know, it's all about his wrestling, and then that gimmick just took him from mid-card to a very, very over guy who you could put in the main event and really get a great reaction from the crowd out of, which is why they gave him the main event of WrestleMania.
So I'm going to say minus the yes chant, Daniel Bryan would still possibly have a chance main event, maybe not as solid as he had.
But his feud with Kane and his tag team with Kane, when the whole yes thing started, and the no, that is essentially what got him over and why he was in the position he's in now. But essentially, it's true, isn't it? If it wasn't for that, he'd be loitering in the mid-card doing nothing. And I really believe that. What would WWE do if John Cena pulled a Benoit? Oh, that would be a tough one. Because Cena is a massive, massive part of their history. But the reason why John Cena is in this spot is because they know he's never going to fucking pull a Benoit. But imagine if he did. All the history, all the last 10 years. You just have to be wiped, wouldn't you?
The amount of WrestleManias that would be gone. The amount of Raw moments that would be gone. Raw main events will be gone.
It'd be like WrestleMania 20, gone. WrestleMania 21, gone. WrestleMania 22, gone. WrestleMania 23, gone. WrestleMania 27, gone. That would be a good thing. WrestleMania 28 versus The Rock, gone. WrestleMania 29 versus The Rock, gone. Bray Wyatt versus Cena, gone. Which would probably be a good thing. But there's a lot of WrestleMania main events there, gone. It's, you know, because they're just not gonna show it.
And I think with John Cena, if he pulls that and kills himself, I'm not wishing that upon anyone, people, so don't start getting excited. It's just that I think the WWE, I'm sure they have not the exact same backups, but they have like Roman Reigns building up Daniel Bryan there, Orton.
I'm sure a lot of people were jizzing their pants at the thought of John Cena doing a Benoit. But anyway, Tim Crace, when Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman's WWE contract expires, do you think they should go to Turner? What's that word? Turner?
Tits.
What's the word? Tits and action? Tits and ass? I just thought that was one word. Turner?
Brock Lesnar to go to Turner.
Turner.
I think it would definitely bring something to Turner to make people want to see what he's doing there. And I'm sure he'll be the longest reigning champion on their show. But I don't think Brock would ever go down to that much money per episode.
No, and they would not have the money to finance such a thing. So it won't happen. He won't be going to Turner, whatever that is. Heisenberg 717. Would you be interested in seeing Shane McMahon return and have a match with Triple H at WrestleMania for control of the WWE? Maybe a street fight. I wouldn't be interested in Shane McMahon having a match with Triple H. I would, however, be interested in seeing Shane McMahon returning. Just not for a match with Triple H for control.
I don't think Shane's going to be in the shape to wrestle anyone minus Triple H. So I think that coming back...
I think, therefore, I am. Oh, I just thought I had to get that one in there. Triple H. Maybe a street fight. No, I don't think so. No. Subzan Azim. Was you going to say something before I interrupted you?
Nope.
Oh, that's good then. Subhan Azim. I hope I pronounced that correctly. Do you think Muhammad Hassan was the best heel in pro wrestling history? By the way, he got fired because of getting too many death threats. Well, yeah, the push stopped because of the whole London bombing thing, but I mean, in that era, he was a damn good heel. I mean, especially after, it was about 5 or so years after 9/11, I believe. And, you know, in terms of getting heel heat, Americans hated terrorist characters.
Pro wrestling history, no. No.
Why? What?
No, he's not the best.
He's not the best. He's one of the best. It's a good heel character, not one of the best.
I think he could have definitely continued to have got a push if things didn't happen. I think there's a big chance if they had longer term booking, he could have became a good heel, but I'm not sure. I'd say one of the best.
When do you think Shane McMahon will return? Speaking of Shane McMahon, never. I mean, why would he want to? Why would he want to return to the wrestling business, especially with what he's doing right now, which he's being incredibly successful in, doing his own thing and not being in his dad's shadow?
And I think with the success of Triple H with NXT, I think it's set in stone what Vince McMahon's future plans are, and Shane doesn't seem to have a place in it anymore. He didn't marry someone within the company.
Well, he would have had to marry his sister, which would have been a bit, you know, incest. I know, maybe in America that's fine, I don't know, but here it's not. MDDM. Are pay-per-views diminishing as we speak? Yes. I mean, if the WWE, the main wrestling promotion in America, are just putting them on the WWE Network, which is $9.99 a month, as we all know. I mean, who can forget the $9.99 a month? Then the pay-per-view business is diminishing. But I think WWE came in at the right time because the pay-per-view business wasn't exactly great as it was. It was nowhere near as good as it once was at 12 pay-per-views a year.
I think it's not just the network. I think the fact is you get good rematches on Raw, takes away from the pay-per-view, and also the build to the pay-per-view doesn't always give us the excitement for the pay-per-view.
I mean, do you think if people didn't have it for $9.99 a month and think, well, that's worth it because, you know, they're usually $50, etc., do you think many people would be watching the pay-per-views? I mean, the pay-per-view buy rates weren't exactly great unless, like, Brock Lesnar was in it or was, you know, Rock was main eventing or something.
I think it's more for the classic past stuff than the future stuff because of what the WWE are providing us now.
Yeah, I think their pay-per-view business was diminishing, and it's another reason why TNA went to their 4 pay-per-view a year thing. That never really worked for them because it was just like, well, Impact you got matches on free for Impact, and it was just like, well, why the fuck would I pay, you know, however much $50 to watch a ton of pay-per-view? I don't know. We have these gimmicky pay-per-views like Money in the Bank, TLC, Hell in a Cell, Extreme Rules, and surely that would be the theme throughout, but we're lucky if we even get 2 theme matches grouped with filler single matches. Yes! I mean, that's true. It's like Hell in a Cell. Do you think they're going to do Dean Ambrose versus Seth Rollins in Hell in a Cell? Because I'm not sure.
That's the big talk right now, that what are the 2 possible Hell in a Cell matches going to be? And yes, in this case, it seems like it's going to be John Cena and Brock possibly, and the other one's possibly going to be Seth and Dean because of their style and their big feud could have a big Hell in a Cell match. But I personally think, yes, it makes sense, but I possibly don't think it's going to happen.
Well, I mean, who knows with WWE? But I mean, I do agree that, you know, you need to have matches like TLC matches, Hell in a Cell matches, Extreme Rules matches to end feuds. I don't think that basing pay-per-views around these gimmicks has ever been a good thing for the WWE. I mean, what happens if you're just starting a feud and then you approach Hell in a Cell and you've got to have a Hell in a Cell match when the feud doesn't even warrant it? You know, back in the day, and I hate saying this, back in the day of like the Attitude or Ruthless Aggression era, you'd get these kind of matches ending feuds, which would, you know, were better. I mean, Money in the Bank used to be at WrestleMania. It's now got its own pay-per-view. Was this just a knee-jerk reaction to WWE's pay-per-view buy rates going down? They're thinking, well, if we put the gimmick in it, people will know what they're getting.
I think it's a real shame because, yes, that is more likely going to be the case. Let's throw in the matches that people love to see each and every year so they know they're getting it. I think it's not working, and I'm surprised the WWE haven't stopped this by now when it's been years on.
Yeah, and as for these 2 theme matches grouped with filler, I mean, like Elimination Chamber, when you've got, I mean, you only have 1 Elimination Chamber match now, but like, what else do they book? They book like the 2 main Money in the Bank matches, or 2 main Hell in a Cell matches, or 2 main TLC ladder table matches, whatever. And the rest of it is filler. It's totally true. And how can you sell a pay-per-view based on that? No, you're going to get two big matches. That's it. You can't sell a pay-per-view on that unless it's $9.99. Anyway, that's another Q&A with us, the British Fist.
Gotcha.
Yeah, you didn't leave me hanging this time, and I beat you in the pillow fight. And not that it fucking matters. This is our worst ever match stipulation. Keep sending us questions down in the comment section below, and hopefully we will entertain you. I think, therefore I am, and I'll pass you over to NJ, who also thinks because he is.
Thank you very much for watching, YouTubers. We've been the British Fist, your best friend on the YWC, on the internet. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.